Good morning. Did you sleep well last night? Next to Daddy and Mummy. So, good morning guys. It's 7 AM here in the Terry household. First things first is you've got to get coffee down here. So, I've just recently purchased a coffee machine, which is absolutely a must for me now, especially when I'm prepping for a show. Nice black coffee in the morning gets you woken up. But today is going to be showing you or giving you a little insight into when I'm prepping for a show, or even in my daily activities. I'm focusing a lot now on recovery, something I didn't do in the past, and it's paying off now, but it was not great back in the day because I've got so many injuries what I have to now contend with and try and minimalise. So I'm doing a lot of mobility work first thing in the morning, which I'm going to touch on and show you. I do my cardio, which is a must anyway, 20 to 30 minutes off season. And then I've started doing a bit of cold water therapy, which a lot of you guys will probably come across this recently because it's really coming into the sports industry quite a lot now. And his name's Wim Hof, and he does the Wim Hof method. So it's all about cold water therapy, getting in the river or in an ice bath or a cold shower. And the reasons I do it, it could be a placebo effect, but the reason I've started to do it is I've exhausted a lot of avenues in recovery, i.e. I've had 2 hip surgeries, I've had back surgery, I've had endless amounts of physio, chiropractor, acupuncture, everything like that, and I'm still doing the same things. They work or they help for a small amount of time, but it's not getting to the root cause of things, and I'm very inflamed in areas. So the cold water therapy is all about inflammation, it's reducing inflammation within the body, and helping you basically get new blood around the system. So you know when you get out of a cold shower, or get out of the water, or your body goes red, and it's basically all fresh blood rushing around your body with extra white blood cells in there, new white blood cells, which is obviously full of nutrients and going to help you repair the body. So like I say, that's the method behind it. Whether it works or not, I'm not here to say that it does. I'm not telling you to go and do it, but for me, it's something I've started to enjoy doing. I'm dreading it now. I know I'm going in that river, which is freezing, in like half an hour, 45 minutes. But when you get out, you do honestly feel liberated. You just feel awake, ready to hit the day. I recommend doing it first thing in the morning. So does Wim Hof. He does his cold showers first thing in the morning. And it wakes you up for the day. Even if it's just that, and it gives you that good feeling, why not do it? You're not hurting anybody. So let's get on with the day. In my last prep for the Olympia, this was my go-to every morning. I've got a treadmill and a cross trainer in here. And it depends where I'm at on prep, but the start of prep, roughly around 20 to 30 minutes, which is what I do on my off season anyway, just to obviously keep the metabolism fired up for the day, and just keep everything working. So 20 to 30 minutes before my first meal fasted. I have EAAs or BCAAs, whichever, and then as I get closer to the show, this is the first thing that changes my output. Rather than taking food away, I increase my output by cardio. 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 60 minutes. I'll never go any more than 60 minutes in one working day. And then I'll start to look at my weighted sessions, increasing the output in there. So more supersets, drop sets, giant sets, full body weighted workouts, all that kind of stuff. Before I look at the nutrition side, that's always for me the last part to be taken away, because I want to be dieting on as much food as I can, as close as I can to the show. So I'm not starving the body or trying to manipulate the metabolism that way. I do it through more expenditure. So now we're going to do 20 minutes. I'm already out of breath, and then I'm going to do my mobility work, which I'm going to show you about as well. So all the tools I'll need is a band, 7.5 kg, pushing the weight today. First exercise is the bridge. It's nice and simple. I do this 3 times round, 60 seconds rest in between. It's not really about the rest periods. And we do 10 to 12 reps. And the key to this is a lot of people, when you think bridge, they just go straight up into it. For me, my glutes, hamstrings, lower back is not all firing at the same time, and it should. Everything should work together. So So I have to separate it. So it's first hips off the ground, tensing my glutes there so they're activated, and then hips up, fully up, extended, hamstrings, glute, lower back, all solid. That's 1 rep. So the second exercise is a single leg bridge. This for me is quite hard because of my hip surgery. I've got massive imbalances on my hips, so you'll see one side is a lot stronger than the other. So again, glutes engaged, hips up. Like I say, my form is as best as I can get it, so if you've got people out there or PTs or physios out there go, who's doing it wrong, this is how I find it best, and it's definitely working for me. It's just important not to try and overextend, to make sure you're getting that glute activation before you're taking your hips off the ground and keeping your back as straight as possible. They're the 3 main factors I've been told by my physio to concentrate on, and that is what I'm doing. And yeah, we're about 3 weeks into this, and it's paying dividends. So the third exercise is going to be a bridge again, but a banded one. So we're just going to be activating as well. So I'm not going to repeat myself anymore after this, but every exercise is 3 rounds. If it's obviously unilateral, if it's separate, it's 3 on each one, or 3 together, depending on what the exercise is, with 10 to 12 rep range. The rest periods aren't really important, but obviously you don't want to be getting too cold and whatnot. You want to keep it consistent, but don't focus too much on time. Oh. Then other leg. It's important to keep your ankles together as well. That was something they told me. So they're called a supine cycling straight leg bridge. So again, it's important to keep your lower back pressed into the floor so you're not arching up and putting all the weight into your hips. Try and keep your hips down and put them all in front here. Next exercise, bird dog, or some people call it Superman, whatever you want to call it, but again it's trying to keep 90 degrees straight up so you're not overextended, or this way. Legs at the same position as well at 90, and we're going to lift the left arm up, the right leg back. And when we do this, it's about keeping your core tight, keeping your glutes engaged, everything activated as one. So we've got quite an easy basic one, but this is just trying to like elongate, stretch your back out. I don't know to some degree if it stretches your vertebrae out, but that's kind of, when I've been doing my research, that's kind of like what people seem to be saying, but don't quote me on that. But this is a child's pose, what you see in a lot of yoga, to be honest. But just getting a good stretch out. And then your 20-second hold on this. You just concentrate on your breathing, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Really just try and like elongate your lats and like get everything just like loose and relaxed. Like I say, normally I'd hold that for 20 seconds, but you don't want to watch that for 20 seconds. Again, we've got another yoga type exercise. So this is like range of motion movement. So whichever leg first, I always go on my weakest leg, which is my left. Even though my right was where I did my hip operation, I think because I've taken all the load over the years, this is a bit unstable. So I focus always on my left first. Put your weight, distribute your weight into your left leg. Going to come across, arms straight, and then pull up. And you're going to get a good stretch through the front leg of your hamstring. Try and keep that back foot planted to the floor. Hold for a few seconds. Back down. We're going to put our arm at 90 degrees and then sink into the hip. Like that, and you'll get a massive stretch in your left hip. And it opens all your hips out. And this is something I've struggled with in the past from being quite stiff with my hip operations. Hold that for a few seconds and then we come up. Open our hip out even more. seconds, back down, and repeat on the other side. Go down, got the hip in, got the elbow down, sorry, 90 degrees. You see I'm putting strain across my... So for me, I repeat this. At the minute it's only 5 on each leg, but you should be getting up to the 10 to 12 mark, but that does aggravate it but open it up, so it's worth doing. If you haven't got hip problems, absolutely laughing. Great stretch. Yeah, so this exercise is called a Jefferson Curl. Normally I'm okay at this, like over the last 3 weeks I've got better and better at this, but I had a really bad night we were talking about. Bad night's sleep on my front, and my lower back is in agony today. But I want to show you guys, I want to try, but this is great. So we're going to start from the top, keep everything tight, everything straight, shoulder width apart, your stance. It's not about the weight, how much weight you've got here, so don't think, right, I'm putting 20 kg on. You've got to let the weight take your body, and you follow the weight. So we start from the top with our neck, we tuck in, and then we arch our backs over, have a slight bend on the knee, come all the way down, past your feet, just let your hang, let the weight take you, tuck your head in, and then back up to starting position. And let the weight do all the work. There you have it, 8 to 10 reps. Yeah, so I didn't explain before, but always do it on a step, because you will automatically be able to, or not automatically, but you will eventually be able to go past your feet. If you've got the dumbbell here, you're not fully extended, your back's not fully down, your head can't tuck in, so you need to be able to surpass your feet in order to get that full range of motion. Remember that. So the last exercise, and this is something that I've got to admit I do shirt out on, I hate it, absolutely hate it. There's a few different ways of doing this exercise, and it's called the Copenhagen Plank. This really highlights how weak one groin is to the other. So the Copenhagen Plank is literally, the further away from the bench you are, the harder it is, so you can actually go up in stages. So I'll show you the Copenhagen Plank first, and then I'll show you how to make it easier if you can't do this to start with, which I'm terrible at, by the way. So as we come up, it's about keeping your torso completely straight in a line. You're not hips forward, your hips aren't back. You're keeping it completely straight, core tight, hips up. So all your abdominals, everything are all tight, rock hard, glutes engaged, hamstrings, and then this is the way I do it, is how I've been taught to do a static movement. Hold it for 30 seconds, then move on to the next. If you want to make it easier to start with and obviously progress up in weight, just get closer, put your knee on it, knee up, hips, make sure your whole torso is in a line with your legs, and hold it like that. That's an easier way before progressing on to more advanced. So if you don't like static movements and you're more of a dynamic stretcher, you can hold here as you come down, hips down, come up, 1, 2, 3. Oh, honestly guys, that is really difficult. For me it is. For some people, big piece of piss, but because I'm so weak around that area, this is a really challenging exercise for me. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in your range of motion training, it can actually be in your abdominal workouts, because you are hitting your obliques, your core, everything like that. But try them both, whichever works for you best, stick with that. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do this. There's obviously bad form, but we're going to correct that by what I've just showed you. I'm making out I'm quite good at this river, this cold water therapy. I'm only like a week into it with the cold showers. You've seen on my Instagram, I've done a few cold dips in there, but I haven't been doing it on the daily. So today's Monday, new week, new start. Every day I'm going in there this week, saying it. So today might be just a little bit of a toe dip, but we'll see. Mate, I'm actually feeling it, I'm freezing already. Yeah, so at present this isn't daily, but this is what I want to do. So I've done a few times in there. Granted, it's not for long, doesn't need to be. It's not a competition in that respect. But this is something I actually want to do. Next door but one, an older couple, they actually, she swims up here. Like mainly in summer, she does a bit in the winter one. And I always just think she was mad, absolutely mad. But obviously doing the Wim Hof thing and just getting to know what it's about and stuff, I'm open to trying new things, and yeah, this is what it is. So I'm eventually going to be doing this daily and making it my morning routine. At the minute, say 2 to 3 times a week, but it's going to be, anytime I don't go in there, it's the cold showers, which are a lot more, a lot easier to do, should we say, than this. Right, I'm not going to procrastinate anymore. We're going to do this. Let's go. Oh. Oh. So now I feel absolutely great, and I'm not just saying that for the camera. I can feel the blood starting to rush through. You'll start to see me go red. And now I actually can't feel how cold it was. When I was walking down here, you could see I had goosebumps and I was really cold. Just fearful of being out here in the cold in my shorts, while not going in there. But yes, 20 seconds max, 30 seconds max, but concentrate on my breathing. And yeah, I don't want to say, oh, I feel liberated, but I actually do. Like I said, I can't feel the cold now. Possibly go in again, just do another 20 seconds or whatnot. But yeah, like I say, I don't know the science behind it too much. I'm still studying it, I'm still in the early days. But even if it's just about making yourself feel good for a minute or for 10 minutes, I'm all about that. So yeah, happy days. So we were just talking then about the first time I did this, and you would have seen it on my Instagram. I was being a bit of a dick. Johnny is my physio, and he studies this quite a lot and he knows a lot about it. So he was doing it the right way, taking his time going in, getting his breathing right, concentrating what's going to happen ahead. Me, I wasn't about that. I just bombed straight in, which yeah, was childish. And I went straight under the water, and I'll openly admit I didn't realise how bad that was going to be for me. And you saw me laughing, but it was an involuntary laugh. Like it felt like 20,000 needles was just hitting me in the head, and oh, I couldn't explain it, and I couldn't physically breathe. And I was trying to get my breath, and that's why I instantly came over to the side, and I was trying to get out, and it was just a survival instinct. I was trying to stop myself from, yeah, hyperventilating basically. So jokes aside, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Definitely don't do that. Do it the right way, and you'll see the benefits. Do it my way, and you'll probably end up in hospital. Right, last time then. Yeah, so already, because I've been in before, I couldn't do this on the first time, I couldn't talk. I know what's coming, I've acclimatised myself to it, and it feels, I won't say like a warm bath, but I've definitely lost my testicles now. But yeah, it's a lot more manageable, and I can stay in it longer. And that's kind of the general census. You do it in stages. You do 15-second cold water showers, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute, and then you progress to something like this. Feel good? Right, let's go get some breakfast. I need to go and have a shower, obviously. Because our lass will kill me for going in like this. And then we're going to have, I would fancy oats. Yeah. Something different. I've got to admit, I prefer the showers when I go over my head. It's harder, because obviously where you lose all your heat is your head, isn't it? But that is when it really wakes you up, 6 o'clock in the morning, when you've had a bit of a rough night with my son Alfie. Proper, yeah, fires you up and gets you going. But I'm gonna stop blabbering on because he's hungry, I'm hungry. So my breakfast every day of the year is oats. I've never deviated. I like oats, so I never see the need to. So I'm 100 grams of, get your words out, blah, put your teeth back in. 100 grams of weight oats, it's around 60 grams of carbs. So it's a full banana, which would you believe is like 80 grams in weight there. Water in a fruit bowl, or a mixing bowl like this. And then straight in the microwave for 2 minutes. So I've got my oats out the microwave, mushed all my banana in. most important part. Big dollop peanut butter. I say around 20 grams, which is like 10 grams of fat, but there's probably about 40 in there. And then 2 scoops of protein, can be any protein. I've obviously used the Blue Lab whey, which is a blend of whey protein, whey concentrate, whey hydrolysate, isolate hydrolysate whey concentrate. Put 2 scoops in there, so it's around 50 grams of protein. And there you have it. That will set you up for the day. Doesn't look too appetizing, but it is. Voila. So there you have it, guys. That's my morning routine. I've just showed you my breakfast. I've showed you my mobility work, obviously my cold water therapy. If you guys are doing the cold water therapy or even the mobility work, comment below. Let me know how you're getting on with it. If there's anything I haven't touched on or if anything I don't know about, it'd be great for you to inform me as well, because obviously we're all learning at the same time. I'm still learning, I'm in the early stages of it. So yeah, any feedback would be great. Leave comments, like the video. I will see you in the next one, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Cheers, guys. Enjoy that one.
Cheeky boy.
Cheeky boy. Hey, you big boy. Big boy. You big boy. Lads, saying it, mate. Lads on top.